After parallel ceasefire went into effect on Sunday, thousands of Israeli troops have started pulling out of Gaza. But large contingents of soldiers are still staying close to the border on the Israeli side. They are prepared to re-enter the enclave if violence reignites. Lina has more.
Israeli officials promised their troops will leave the Gaza Strip before United States President-elect Barack Obama is inaugurated on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Obama says peace in the Middle East is a priority for his administration. No violations of the truce have been reported since Hamas entered into a ceasefire on Sunday afternoon, but the quiet remains tenuous, for neither side has achieved their long-term goals. Thousands of Israeli soldiers and tanks remain on the border, preparing for possible violence. An Israeli spokesman says Hamas has been dealt a heavy blow in the operation. Meanwhile, Gazan ruler Hamas said it was victorious despite the devastating 3-week Israeli offensive on the coastal strip. In the West Bank, Palestinian Prime Minister Salam Fayyad says the Israeli offensive has left devastating consequences.
The Israeli assault on our people has left behind a humanitarian crisis of unprecedented magnitude. During the time, more than 1,300 martyrs were killed and 5,500 people were injured, hundreds of whom are in critical condition. That is in addition to the complete destruction of our infrastructure and the widespread destruction of the homes of hundreds of thousands of people, which left over 100,000 people without shelter.
Thousands of Gazans have been made homeless in the conflict, forced to flee as Israeli warplanes shelled their homes. Around 50,000 Gazans sought refuge in the United Nations compound and schools, which are converted into shelters throughout the operation. At least 1,259 Palestinians were killed in the air and ground onslaughts. More than half of them were civilians, and among them, scores were children. Lina, CCTV.